Okay, hi everybody. Welcome or welcome back to Yasmin Collects. We are going to be doing yet another Thrift with me video. You guys seem to really like these videos. I've done a couple of them on my channel at this point, and it's just freaking gorgeous outside today. It's like almost in the 70s, which I feel like I haven't felt the warmth on my skin in a million years, and also I admittedly do not leave my apartment a lot. We're gonna go out to a couple different thrift stores. If you have not seen one of these videos before, basically what I do is show you what I find at the thrift stores that I tend to frequent. I have a couple in my rotation that I know tend to carry retro tech, older things, all of that kind of good stuff. Typically when I'm going out, I'm looking for something specific, or I guess if you want to get all crazy with it, manifesting that I will find a certain thing. Today's theme is retro PCs, older PCs. I have a couple videos that I really want to do that revolve around retro PCs. I'm looking for something all the way up to Windows 7. That's kind of like my cutoff point. I want a PC, not a Mac. I use MacBooks to edit and stuff, but I literally don't know anything about older Macs, and I don't know, they just don't really like interest me in that way, but I love an old Windows computer, so I'm looking for something that runs like Windows 7, Windows XP, and anything, 98, 95. Maybe not Windows Me. If you guys saw that community post that I made a couple months ago where I found this jacked Windows Me laptop that clearly had some sort of water damage or something going on with it, I ended up passing on that. But yeah, it's kind of a bit of a tall order. I don't find a lot of PCs literally ever, and when I do, they're usually wildly overpriced and or untested, so it's kind of a tall order, like I said, but I'm really hoping to find something because I have videos I desperately want to do, and I just haven't been looking on Facebook Marketplace because, quite frankly, I don't have the time to do that. This is also my first thrift with me without having my iPhone as a crutch. Since the iPhone is sold and I only have my iPad and my flip phone now, I kind of have no choice but to use my actual camera, which, I don't know, I feel like you can be pretty sneaky filming with an iPhone. It's a whole other thing to bring out an entire camera and microphone out in the wild, out in public. Sometimes stores can be a little bit weird and dodgy about that. I think that's all I have to say. Hope you guys are excited for this. As almost always in my videos, there will be timestamps down below so you can skip between different sections that you're interested in, and let's find out if I can find a retro PC today. Okay, we're at the first store. I haven't done this for my other videos, but I think I'm gonna try to do it this time just to give you guys some extra context. I'll tell you like my experience with each of these stores. So this one, I have gotten some really good things from. It tends to have a big collection of VHS tapes. I find that they don't usually sell very well, so there's usually like a big pile. They have cassettes, not so many CDs and like DVDs, but I'm not really looking for those right now. I found several VCRs here, including another community tab post where there was like a bunch of spiders running out of it, which was so funny because I brought my partner and I was like, I swear to God, there's not usually bugs running out of them. I promise. I also found my CRT here, my 13-inch Broxonic CRT that I'm still using. I freaking love that TV. It's a budget brand, but I've had really good experiences with it, so I have high hopes. We begin our luxurious thrifting journey with a sophisticated array of calculators and receipt printers located right above the adult diaper section. We also have a bunch of DirecTV remotes. They're mostly DirecTV. One of them was for a Toshiba DVD player, which I wonder if it came with one of the other DVD players we're going to see. I kind of complain about this later with having to pay for a power cord that went with a device that I purchased, but I'm not sure why this thrift store insists upon separating things from one another. I also thought this was interesting. This store will give you a box to place some of your items in there if you have a lot. I ended up using a box, and I saw this right in the front of the store. It is for a JVC HRJ400U VHS player. I thought it was cool because I did not see a JVC player when I looked, and also the thought that something like this came in an original box at some point is kind of cool. So I'm assuming that there was a JVC VHS player here at some point, maybe in almost new condition. Who knows? That would be really cool though. But we just got the box I also saw the usual array of DVD players. I've said this before on many other videos, but if you don't own a DVD player yet, you should own one, maybe even 5, because they're great to have. They're super cheap, and most of them are newer and work currently because owning media is only going to get more important. I saw some weird knockoff slash, I guess not knockoff, but maybe like old or not, what's the word? Not name brand units, including that Noricent, and also Oritron. I've never heard of them before. I also saw a great array of old alarm clocks. I kind of have a thing for vintage alarm clocks. I really like wood, or like vintage wood on plastic. Kind of that 80s aesthetic is really, really cool. So there was one here that is an AM FM one from GE right underneath an iHome. We also have another here. This one's from West Clocks, and a Sharp one. All of them in kind of pretty beat up condition, but still pretty cool. I also found one VCR. It's that Hitachi unit right there. This one is the M161 unit. It has automatic head cleaner in there, so you definitely would probably want to open that up and remove it. I didn't pick it up because I already have 3 functioning VCRs, and I didn't think that I needed more than that. There's also a couple more DVD players, including that Toshiba that has something called Color Stream as a feature, which I kind of thought was interesting. There were a bunch of little doodads, but I ended up finding a PC almost immediately, so I really didn't pay too much attention, honestly. I kind of just like skimmed and took pictures of what I thought was cool, including this GE alarm clock cassette player thing. This is really, really cool. I ended up picking this one up. It's got that vintage wood grain look, and then right behind it is another one. The big difference, though, is that one behind it didn't have a cassette player, so I figured I would grab that. We also have an RCA stereo system that seemed to be in pretty good condition. It had the original functioning speakers. It was $14.99. I think you had to pay separately for each speaker, though, which, again, irritating. Like, keep the stuff together, or just don't, like, sell it as a bundle, as it should be, and just make it more expensive. Like, I don't understand why thrift stores are doing this, but I passed up on it. I don't really have an interest in having a sound system, but they are kind of cool, Speaking of old and cool, do you guys remember these Caliphone headphones? I feel like I should have picked this up, but I didn't. I remember having to take hearing tests on these in elementary school, and I think every 80s to 90s kids knows these because you would be wearing these while sharing the school computers. It also had a little microphone, which I haven't seen before, so I thought that was interesting. They actually did not have a lot of cassettes and VHS, which I was surprised because they usually have a lot. I did pull out some interesting ones, including this Ford Music System Reference Standard tape. It has a TDK tape in there, which looks like a recordable one, so I have no idea if that's actually the correct tape, but I just always think the test tapes for car stereos or car cassette equipment is really, really cool. Nothing else really good, though. I took a picture so you guys could see. There's like a bunch of Bibles on cassette, which actually I should have bought that because V Westlife did a video on the cool things you can do with the Bible cassette tapes because no one usually listens to them and you can record over them, but I don't know. I'm not really recording a lot of cassette right now, so I passed on it. I also found the moldiest copy of Footloose on VHS ever. I just had to take a picture to show you guys. If any of your tapes look like this, you should definitely burn them, or you can painstakingly remove the mold from each of them if you so wish. I have never had the patience to do it, and I also, you need a donor you need a donor VCR to do this, and the idea of sacrificing a VCR to save a tape just seems a little bit crazy to me, unless it's something rare, which I don't know. I don't think Footloose is, but that's all the stuff I found. There were definitely more cool odd ends and trinkets, but as you guys are about to see, I found that Windows XP computer, and nothing else really mattered to me. After I saw that, I had complete tunnel vision. I'm going through so many emotions right now. Literally, I'm convinced that the universe just is on my side. I'm not really spiritual like that, but I said I wanted to find a computer that ran XP. First thing I find is a computer that runs XP. Same thing when I did my last thrifting video. I said I wanted an 80s VCR, and I said in the intro, I've never found an 80s VCR. I barely see VCRs as it is. What do I find at the thrift store? The Quasar 80s VCR. So all I'm gonna say is that somebody is excited about the work that I do. So I bought it. I'm 100% screaming in the rest of this footage because I'm so excited and cannot hide it. But I was so excited that I didn't even think to record finding the computer or actually having it in my car. So here's a picture I took with it in my house. This is a 2003 Sony VAIO all-in-one desktop computer. The next video that you guys will see probably in less than a week is going to be all about this computer. So I won't spoil too much of it, but it's a really cool computer. Runs Windows XP Home Edition. I also bought that cassette deck alarm clock thingy. It's pretty dirty. It needs a clean. I'm probably going to do that like immediately because I don't know what the hell could be on there, you know, like bugs, dirt, debris. I'm actually only going to go to one more store because I've got enough here and I really came what I was looking for. I really got what I was looking for. It has what I think are probably going to be some problems, but even if this thing doesn't work, this is a pretty unique looking all-in-one. I'm assuming it was like probably like a family-friendly PC. One thing I'm super sad about, and you guys are gonna have to listen to me complain because I'm so sad. I didn't take a picture because I thought I would have them with me. I found a pile of Littlest Pet Shop McDonald's toys from the 2000s. If you guys don't know, I'm really into toys as well. I mean, this channel is Yasmin Collects, so that shouldn't be a surprise. I collect everything, but I effing love Littlest Pet Shop. I was amazed to find them in a pile. They didn't have a price tag, but I was like, it should be fine. I bring it up to the register, and mind you, I'm paying like $15 for the computer. I also had to pay for the power cord individually, which is kind of ridiculous, but whatever. And she refused to sell them to me, and I was like, I will literally give you $1 each for these tiny little plastic figures. Like, please, can I have them? I collect them. And she was like, no, you'll have to come back Monday when they price them. And I'm just like, thrift stores do not have the need to purchase merchandise. They get stuff for free, and yet a lot of thrift stores I find treat their customers like garbage. They just treat us poorly, which I think is stupid. You're a thrift store and all of your merchandise is for free. Like, honestly, I should have just stole them. I'm just kidding, but I really wanted them, so I'm like honestly pretty upset. Like, I really wanted them. I might try to come back on Monday and see if they reprice them. That was a bummer, but you know, the happiness of finding these other things is totally triumphing over my sadness. Like, this thing is crazy. It is kind of exposed up here. I think probably what happened, either when someone was donating it or transporting it, like something happened, like, because the interior is definitely exposed, so I'm gonna have to take a look at that. I have no idea if it's gonna work, obviously. I'm gonna do a whole separate video on it, as I do with almost all of my thrift finds. So the last store I'm going to go to is kind of a unique store for my area. It is a tech place that sells refurbished PCs, typically older refurbished PCs, but not like too old. I have 50 bucks in tips from my last drag performance, so when people tip me, I don't think they think that the money that they give me is going towards old computers and VCRs, but that's the life that I've chosen to live. Also, I'm probably not going to have any footage in the computer store because they tend to be like salespeople walking around, and I think it would be kind of awkward if I was like taking pictures of everything. I also got another one of the Disney sing-along tapes. I have 2 of these already. These are super cute. I need to record these and archive them, but I really like these. They're super adorable. I genuinely love following the bouncing ball and singing along with them, so there's that. Okay, I'm back, and I'm back with the laptop, you guys. Here are some pictures of my ThinkPad. This is the T44P model. I believe it came out in 2013. Mine was manufactured in 2015. It is a really cute computer. I do want to note, I paid a pretty like normal price for this computer. After using my cash, I paid like $117 for it. I have a 30-day return policy / warranty type thing on it, so I'm going to try to use it as much as I can up until that point. I touch on it in this video, but I'll get more specific right now because I don't think I'm going to show you guys this in a video, but it has Windows 10 on it. The place that refurbishes them puts Windows 10 on everything, which I kind of wish they wouldn't do that because now I have to go and revert back because I do want this thing on Windows 7. It's not going to be connected to a network. It is going to serve as a PC for games and cute little fun things, but this PC is actually pretty upgradable. If I wanted to, I could put all new
cards and RAM and memory and all that, you know, well, RAM and memory are the same thing. I keep forgetting that. I could put new RAM in it, maybe swap out hard drives, all that stuff. It's very customizable and seems to overall be a very, very well respected and liked PC. And I think I got a decent price for it, but yeah, I didn't touch on it at all again in this video because I was so excited, but it's a ThinkPad and it's cute and good and all that stuff.
I wasn't sure if I wanted to do a tower, but since I have this VAIO now, which is probably going to take up, I mean, maybe not as much space as a tower would, but still space, I decided to go with the laptop that was fully functional, has been tested and works. I walked into the store and I asked them if they had anything that natively ran Windows 7, and they were like, no, we have Windows 10 for all of them, but all of the computers that they're refurbishing and adding operating systems on, almost all of them natively ran Windows 7, maybe 8. So the whole deal with this store is that they quote unquote refurbish things and offer like returns and warranties and things like that. I've gotten a couple things from here that like were functioning but right on the verge of breaking. Like I've gotten a couple LCD TVs from them that like either had capacitors that were just about to blow or burnt out, pixels, stuff like that, which I'm assuming like not all of these people are retro tech enthusiasts. They're probably just like, you know, doing what they need to do and updating them how they should. So anyways, I'm gonna leave the video here. I'm gonna have to tease you guys. I thought that I was gonna do like little snippets of each, but I think every single one of these warrants an individual video of their own. So that's how it's gonna be. I hope you guys are excited because I have a ton of content to work on now. I've got a ThinkPad that I can actually play with. Stay tuned for videos about all of these things that I purchased. I'm so excited. PCs are new for me, so I kind of just figured it would only be fair that I allow myself the luxury of having a PC so I can actually play around and work on them and all that stuff. So yeah, if you guys like this video, I'd love to have you subscribe to my channel, Yasmin Collects. We do all sorts of different things. Thrift with me's or something that you guys will probably always see from me because they're a lot of fun for me to film, and I know just kind of cool to see what's out there. And yeah, I love everything technology. Love the 80s, 90s, 2000s, and I guess kind of today. And okay, yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Mwah. Bye!